Two different worlds, high-precision industrial engineering and pure, beautiful art. This is the incredible Minase Uruga in ice blue.
To really get what this watch is all about, you gotta start with a question. What happens when a company that has perfected making tiny, complex metal parts for industry decides to make something just for the sake of beauty? Well, what you get is Minase. See, Minase is not your typical watch brand. There's no 100-year-old story here. It was actually started back in 2005 by a parent company called Kowa. Now, Kowa has been a master of precision metalworking in Japan since the 60s, making drill bits, tools, and even watch cases for other big brands. Their background is pure, hardcore engineering, not traditional watchmaking. And that engineering DNA, well, it completely shapes their entire philosophy. It brings us to how they tackle watchmaking in a totally different way. So this is the crucial thing to understand. Minase's focus has always been on what you can actually see and feel. They are absolutely obsessed with creating these wild architectural cases and getting a level of finish that's just next level. They're not trying to reinvent the mechanical engine inside, they're trying to perfect the incredible vehicle that it powers. Now, while a lot of their watches are famously sharp and almost futuristic, the collection we're looking at today, it takes a slightly different path. This is the Uruga, and it definitely shows off Minase's softer side. Right, so if you've seen their other models like the famous 5 windows, you know they can be really avant-garde. The Uruga collection, though, it smooths out some of those hard edges. It's Minase's version of a more classic round watch. But as you're about to see, it is absolutely packed with the brand's signature complexity. So let's get into it, starting with what is, without a doubt, the main event for any Minase watch: the art of the case. This is not just some simple piece of stamped metal. No way. Minase uses what they call a clamping case structure, and it's actually inspired by how a jeweler sets a precious gemstone. You have 4 distinct angular clamps that are literally holding the sapphire crystal in place. You can see how the brushed finish on the top of those clamps just pops against the brilliantly polished surfaces right next to them. It creates this incredible sense of architectural depth. And the secret to getting that perfect mirror-like polish? It's a super time-intensive technique called Sallaz polishing. You might also hear it called Zaratsu. The goal here isn't just to make it shiny. It's to create surfaces so perfectly flat that they are completely free of any distortion, meeting at these razor-sharp edges. It's the perfect example of their engineering background being used for pure aesthetics. Okay, so let's move from the frame to the painting itself, because inside that incredible case is the watch's star attraction, this stunning ice blue canvas. And there it is. Ice blue has become a huge color in the watch world lately, and for good reason. Using it here gives the otherwise classical Uruga a totally fresh and modern vibe. It's just the perfect backdrop, you know? It makes all the metallic details on the dial just pop. And if you look really close at that dial, it's not just a flat color. There's this subtle horizontal pattern embossed onto it that's actually inspired by the waves of the Minase River, which is right near the company's workshop. It's a beautiful little nod to their home in Akita. On top of that, you've got these sharp applied hour markers and multi-finished hands that just catch the light from every single angle. So, we've covered the exquisite outside. Now let's take a look at the engine inside, what Minase calls the reworked heart. The movement ticking away in there is the caliber KT7002. And this table really shows you how Minase makes it their own. It starts its life as a top-quality Swiss ETA 2892 base movement, a real workhorse. But then, as you can see, Minase extensively reworks it. They add beautiful finishing like perlage, polished bevels, and their own custom skeletonized rotor. With a solid 50-hour power reserve, it's a super reliable engine that's been given a uniquely Japanese finish. So, the big question: what does this level of craftsmanship set you back? Well, the Minase Uruga Ice Blue on a strap, either a cool textured rubber or a hand-stitched leather, starts at $5,500 US. Now, that puts it in a pretty competitive spot. But it's a spot where this level of case finishing is incredibly rare. But And this is a big deal. If you want the full experience with Minase's unbelievable stainless steel bracelet, which is an engineering marvel all on its own, the price goes up to $7,100. That $1,600 difference for the bracelet alone tells you everything you need to know about their metalworking skill. It's not just an accessory, it's a core part of the artwork.
And it's worth pointing out that the Uruga isn't just one size. As you can see here, there's also a smaller 31mm version. While the 42mm we've been looking at has the applied markers and starts at $5,500, the smaller model offers a slightly different take, with diamond set markers and a slightly lower starting price. It just makes this amazing design accessible to more people.
And all of this brings us to a final thought. The Minase Uruga, a watch born from an engineering workshop, proves that art isn't just for a painter's studio. It's making a statement that obsessive, meticulous precision is its own form of beauty. It kind of leaves you with a question, right? In a world where so much stuff looks the same, what is the real price of true individuality? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.